Welcome back to another episode of Home Entertainment. This month, Wharton Center is bringing audiences the enchanting story of Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Great white somewhere, I want it more than I can tell.
Reimagined with Disney magic, this production features the Oscar-winning, Tony Award-nominated songs, including beloved classics like Be Our Guest and Beauty and the Beast. From storytelling to song, from magic to transformation, Beauty and the Beast reminds us to believe in love, hope, and the power of seeing what's within. HOMTV interviewed with members of the cast to learn what it means to bring these beloved characters to life, their favorite moments on stage each night, and how they made these timeless tales their own.
One of the really exciting things about our production was that the original creative team from the Broadway production came back and came into the room with us and kind of, instead of just being like, okay, this is the show, it works, let's do it, we kind of re-looked at everything. And one of the things that we really looked at was the character of the Beast. And I think one of the things that we all found, me, the director and the writer, we realized that like the Beast is kind of in a state of arrested development. He's kind of a boy at heart. And so we kind of were having fun with this idea of like, what is it like when some of these instincts within him that are a little bit more immature and, childish end up coming out. And I think that kind of being almost my foundation or the base was what actually helped me find the balance, was because it was actually able to help me tap into his animalistic qualities, help me to tap into his anger and his frustration and his sadness, but also his goofy side. And so all of those things I feel like are connected in that one way. And so I don't think if we had kind of established that, I think I'd have a much harder time finding the balance between everything.
I'm actually not a father myself, so it's sort of like this wonderful opportunity to experience being a father with my lovely daughter, played by Keira Bell Johnson, Belle. It's, I think how we approach it is we just got to know each other in the rehearsal period, and she's such an easy person to feel love for, and so that was not a challenge at all. But I think I just have transferred a lot of feelings that I feel for my nieces and for my sisters, that sort of thing. This sounds strange, maybe strange, but I sometimes even think of the relationship between my grandfather and my mother, both of whom are no longer with us. But those are like the sort of father relationships that I grew up seeing, and I sort of use those and my observations from what those relationships were to create this unique relationship that I have with Keira, most of which is based on my actual affection for Keira, because she's just such a great person. And I get to be her dad every night, so I'm very lucky.
I think the most surprising is how close we are as a cast, and I mean that's been like the biggest blessing, like being able to travel the country with my closest friends now. It just makes the experience so much better, and it's so much more meaningful. I also think what surprises me is how different the show feels every night, even though you would think we're doing it 8 times a week. Yes, the choreography and the moves are in our body, but the energy, and I think it's maybe from the different audiences every night, it still feels completely alive and so new every single night. Yeah.
Well, from Maurice's story, I hope they take away that you have to believe in your children and what their dreams are. And, from the show, I hope that people just take away the sort of message of don't judge a book by its cover. Really get to know somebody before you make any sort of judgment about them and what their value can be to you. And I think that's, and just the idea that people have something, the real part of the person is on the inside, not the shell that they wear, not the clock that they wear, or the teapot that they wear, whatever in life. The human, real stuff of life is inside of them.
Everyone's going to get something out of it. There's something there's something in it for everyone in the family. But the thing that I really love about Beauty and the Beast is that every single character is someone in your life. You all know a Cogsworth, you all know a Beast, you all know a Gaston in your life, for better or worse. And I think that being able to, again, what I was saying before about having those touchstones, having those things that you can actually connect to in your real life is the thing that makes theater so exciting. And with a show like Beauty and the Beast, you know, if you grew up on the movie, this is just such a different experience to be able to get it live and to have the colors and the spectacle, but also have the heart of the story. And also, you know, if you know the movie, you don't know the show. Those are two different things. We got some extra songs. We have some reorchestrated things. Like if you think you know Be Our Guest, we have some different things in Be Our Guest. We have some different things in the Mob song and in Gaston. Like, you know, we have some extra songs for Belle and for Beast. And so you get to have a little bit more than what you get in the film. It's a completely different experience. And so I think all those things together make for a perfect night at theater, and you should come.
It just brings so much joy and so much laughter, which we all need right now in this world. And I just think everyone leaves in good spirits and happy and a little lighter than when they came. And I think that that's what some theater is meant to do, is to just make hearts happy and tell a great story. And this show does exactly that.
Well, because it's a great show. It's actually, this is my belief, it's a lot better than the original movie in my mind, because of the fact that there are human beings inside those inanimate object costumes. It really brings home to you the fact that these are human beings that are trying to turn back into human beings. I think when you're watching the cartoon, which is wonderful, that doesn't register as much because you're used to seeing a teapot come to life or clock talk. You know, you're used to that because it's the cartoon world. And no, I think that this is more potent. It's more, the message is more powerful with live human beings. And I just prefer theater, quite honestly, in general. But I know it can be a little expensive, but it's worth it to gather together in a space and hear a story told by live human beings. There's nothing better.
Disney's Beauty and the Beast runs at Wharton Center through Sunday, October 19th. Get your tickets now at whartoncenter.com, and don't wait too long. This magical experience you won't want to miss. Thank you for watching this episode of Home Entertainment.